Hey, hello y'all. Welcome back to the Zander channel. Here, I help people get out of their head and and maintain our connection to our heart. Yes, even if you're a man, this is my path to happiness, joy, and love. I'll also post on how to get out of depression, suicide, stress, anxiety, and other lower vibrational energies on your path to your happiness, especially during times of true or fantasy crisis, such as the pandemic today, which is the time of the video posting. I invite you to subscribe. Join me in this journey towards peace, joy, and love. And this video is 5 ways to stop reliving your painful memories. And why just telling yourself, don't do it, is not enough. So, while self-reflection is helpful, rumination is harmful. Dwelling on your problems, magnifying your misfortune, and hosting your own pity party only increases your distress, which leads to depression. Perhaps you replay a conversation you had with your boss over and over in your head, and each time you envision your decision or your discussion, and you change yourself a little bit, or you beat yourself up for something you said. Playing the same scene over and over again increases your fear that you said the wrong thing. Maybe you can't stop thinking about the names others called you when you were a kid. Those hurtful comments invade your mind whenever you meet new people or whenever you have a few minutes of silence. And you rehash those painful times, your self-confidence plummets and hopelessness soars. You had a nickname based on your name, and somebody that you just meet has a slip of the tongue because they heard your name wrong and mentioned something that you disliked when you were in high school. It's going to happen. Get over it. But here's how to deal with that. That's what I'm here for, baby. Help y'all out. Now, the trouble with ruminating. Now, if you tend to be an overthinker, you're not alone. It is a common problem that most people experience at one time or another in their life. But dwelling on negative events and distressing emotions is not good for your health. Dwelling on the negative leads to mental health problems. Research shows that the more you think about your hardships, your mistakes, and your problems, the more likely you're to experience depression and post-traumatic stress disorder and anxieties. Now, this also extends to lower vibrational things such as anger, resentment, self-pity, greed, all the lower vibrational things. Now, I'm not saying that overthinking is bad, right? But I'm saying that thinking and using it towards a positive twist can actually be more beneficial, according to research. So dwelling on the positive leads to a mental health, an increase in mental health towards the positive, right? So lower vibration, dwelling on negative is going to hurt your health, your mental health, your emotional health, right? When you think of higher thought patterns such as love and joy and happiness, what makes you happy, not some of those videos that are out today where people are beating up bums and they think it's funny. I mean true happiness, to where no one is getting hurt. What makes you happy? Not by stepping on other people to get above them. That's power through force. That's violence. Okay? But true happiness in your heart, you know what that is. To gain the happiness and love from your significant other, or from your mother, or from your father, or from a sibling, right? It's not gained through violence. It's gained through love. It's gained through happiness. And that's where you find your joy and your happiness, is through love and above love. But you also have to love yourself. So research shows that when people are in a higher vibration, they have less mistakes and problems. They still have hardships, but they learn from the hardship as a lesson in their life to make their future a better place. So also, back to ruminating as I ran down that rabbit hole. Now, focusing on your problems causes mental health problems that last longer, right? Because research also shows when you reach up and you touch something on the stove and you automatically pull back, you have the feeling of the pain for about 90 seconds. When you get angry, it's going to last about 90 seconds. When you cut yourself, the pain is going to last about 60 to 90 seconds. Okay? After that, if you focus on the cut, if you focus on the pain, it will persist because you're reliving that instance, even though it just happened. So the more you think about it, the more the chemical reaction in your brain produces the chemicals that trigger the pain. So think about that. The more you think about your problems, the harder it is to regain your psychological health and your emotional health and your physical health. Negative thinking is a very difficult cycle to break, considering that the media keeps you in the negative. Not just the TV or the news. I'm talking about Facebook. I'm talking about the news or the drama of your mama or your brother's mama or your sister's mama or your neighbor's mama. The dramatic thoughts about somebody else's life is none of your damn business. It does not lead to your happiness. Knowing other person's drama has no effect whatsoever on your happiness. It has a direct effect on your unhappiness. Over time, rumination becomes a bad habit. It can become so ingrained that you'll have difficulty changing the way that you think. Brooding can lead to an unhealthy coping skills. Studies show that rumination increases emotional distress, which raises the risk of developing substance abuse problems or eating disorders. So how do we stop this? If you tend to dwell on your misery and beat yourself up for your own mistakes, you commit to changing the way you think. Make a decision. Make a commitment to yourself to change the way you think. This takes practice, and practice makes permanent. It does not make perfect. Perfect is an opinion. My perfect is not your perfect. It's not Bob's perfect. It's not your sister's, brother's, half mother's, auntie's little baby girl. It's your perfect. Practice and dedication to stop the ruminating, but doing so will help you feel better and behave more productively for everyone concerned, especially you. You don't change the outside world without changing what's in here, baby. It doesn't happen. You have to change what's in here. So that whatever's out there, it don't matter. You got everything you need right in here. So recognize, one, recognize when it's happening. The more you ruminate, the more likely you are to get stuck in a negative cycle that is hard to break. Be aware of your thinking habits and pay close attention to the times when you keep rehearsing and replaying that painful event in your head. The quicker you notice it, the faster you can choose to think about something more productive. Attention is the currency of the soul. 2, look for solutions. Thinking about your problems is not helpful unless you're actively looking for a solution. Ask yourself, is there anything that you can do about the situation? Commit to learning from your mistakes and solve your problems so you can move forward. Learn from your mistakes. Learn from the situations that have been thrust upon you. Even in the now, don't dwell on them. Set aside time to think. Number 3, set aside time to think. Your brain needs a chance to process the things that go on in your daily life. So set aside 20 minutes each day to think, to worry, or to reflect, and put your thinking time into your schedule. So when you notice you're worrying or ruminating outside of that scheduled time, remind yourself, I can come back to that later during my 20 minutes that I have specifically for you. It will also reduce your ruminating in other times of the day. Okay? Maybe later on, after a few months or a few years, you may only have to set aside 15 minutes each day to think of worrying and reflecting. Because when you're raising your vibration, you don't need to think about worrying or the lower vibrations. And worrying is a future term, which has yet to happen, which doesn't exist. And you're thinking about something and you're causing yourself to stress about something that is never going to happen. It's likely never to happen. Let's go with number 4, meditation. Meditation and mindfulness. The past is done, the future doesn't exist. You are in the now. Even now. Not then, now. That's mindfulness. I have a video on meditation and mindfulness. Go look at that and get some other information on that. Now, knowing that you'll have a chance to think about a distressing topic at a later time can help you put it off. Sticking to your time limit will help you think about your problems and your issues, right, in a more productive manner, while also preventing you from punishing yourself by rehearsing your painful memories over and 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 over again. 5, distract yourself. Telling yourself not to think about something that can backfire and cause you to think about it even more. The better way to distract yourself is to find a task that keeps you busy. Exercise. Phone a friend. Talk about a completely different subject. Do a household project. Move around. Move your feet. Change the channel. And prevent you from stewing over your distressing memories. Please take a look at the mindfulness video that I have. I don't know where the hell it is, probably in the meditation sections, but also check out the other meditation videos to learn how to do it. I do not have any advanced stuff at this time, as this is a beginning of a journey and I want to step through the process. I'm not going to give you a 500-pound weight when you can't even lift a 5-pound weight. Mindfulness is the best tool that I have found that will greatly decrease rumination. It will also move you out of the negative vibration, so your thought processes of rumination decrease throughout the day. So, that being said, take a look at some of my other videos. But for this one, go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe below if you learned something, agreed, or found this interesting. Comment below and ask an educated question you want the answer to. If you love my sexy face, you can see it again. Hit that notification bell, baby, and you can see it again when I post another video. Peace, love, and happiness to you all. Good day and happy day.